This is your channel.
So hi there, my audience, who is not as big as Machinma's audience.
Well,
Yet.
So we are doing the top 5 comic books that need adaptations. Why do they need adaptations? Well, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and let these guys talk and then make snarky comments.
it's kind of what we do. It's our thing.
No, that's what I do. It's their thing.
Yeah. Chew! This Image comic from John Layman and Rob Guillory took the indie comic world by storm when it debuted in 2009.
It's basically about cops who eat people to get psychic impressions to help them solve crimes. Who wouldn't want to watch this on the big screen? Come on!
Or the small screen. It was picked up for a series by Showtime within a year of its release, but sadly that fell through after a few years in development hell.
Honestly, my opinion on that, that should not be a Showtime or HBO show. That should be like one of those really awesome network procedurals where the same thing happens every week. You know what I mean? Like you can literally have
QSI.
Yeah, exactly. You can open it with
QSI Las
a
Vegas.
dude getting shot and then them eating the brain and be like, oh no, we're gonna solve the crime.
I like that he'll like eat a bone and I've got a bone to pick. And then
Yeah,
kicks in.
exactly. And they'll have like really lame music that sounds like everything else, but it'll be really cool.
Saga! One of comics' most celebrated writers, Brian K. Vaughan, who penned Y the Last Man and was a writer on Lost, kicked off an epic sci-fi tale back in 2012 with artist Fiona Staples.
It featured Vaughn's penchant for deep characterization, humor, and mixes that with a healthy dose of romance and Star Wars-esque sci-fi.
Anyways, apparently, all sorts of Hollywood people types, like you perhaps, have been trying to pick up Saga, but BKV says, no way, because this is the one project that he wants to do. He doesn't want to be turned because he wants to do anything that's possible that can't be translated to film. Do you think that's even possible now? Like, what do you mean? Can you put anything on a comic that you can't then go to film? Because up until recently, there was kind of a limitations, budgetary or whatever. But these days, you can practically write whatever you want on the page and have it show up on the big screen. You think it's possible to write something in a comic book that can't be put on a movie?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No.
Madman! Mike Allred's indie comic from the 90s has seen a long publication history, having first appeared in Creatures of the Id back in 1990 and having most recently appeared in 2011 in giant-size special form from Image Comics.
Filmmaker Robert Rodriguez has owned the film rights to Madman since 1998, and in 2006, apparently the film was this close to being made, but there hasn't been much info on the project since.
Mike Allred was also responsible for putting Rodriguez in contact with Frank Miller for Sin City, so he basically has no one to blame but himself for the delays. Like if I have a book and I have a friend who makes movies, I'll be like, hey, go talk to that guy, he's got a cool company. And I'll be like, hey, I got a comic book.
I got a comic book right here that you own the rights to, and yet you won't do it. What's
You
going
won't
on?
do anything with
You won't do it for me.
Just do something.
Just do something.
Sex Criminals! This is a fairly new comic from writer Matt Fraction and artist Chip Zdarsky, and it's about a couple who finds out they freeze time when they have an orgasm together.
The series has developed a hardcore fan base, thanks in large part to the community Fraction and Zdarsky have developed around the book. Plus, people like sex.
Now this, I think, should definitely be an HBO show because you can show anything there.
Anything.
Yeah, it'll be like Hung meets Game of Thrones.
Battling Boy! Paul Pope is one of the few artists who can boast a resume featuring work for DC and Marvel, overseas in manga, and across the indie ranks. And up until now, his works including Heavy Liquid, 100%, and One Trick Ripoff haven't exactly been the most Hollywood-ready type stories.
But with Battling Boy, the story of a child who's a Thor-like god who has come to use Earth as his proving ground would be as fresh with energy on the big screen as it is on the page.
All we'd really need is like a child actor who could carry the movie on his shoulders and it'd be like a Goonies for this generation, right?
Who is this child actor?
I don't know, we gotta find him.
Well, let's just talk about the Goonies for a second.
Go ahead.
Remember when we were kids?
Yes.
There were movies made all the time about kids.
Yeah.
Fly the Navigator.
I was racking my
Voyagers.
brain today. I was trying
Stand
to
By
think.
Me.
Stand
yeah,
By Me.
There was
exactly.
action movies for kids,
Yeah.
adventure movies for kids, dramas for kids, comedies
Yeah.
for kids,
Yeah.
all sorts of things, right?
Time Bandits. I love that.
Where did that entire genre go?
I don't know. I was thinking about that today. I was like, this would make a freaking great movie. I think it might have been optioned already. I was like, this would be a great movie. I'm like, why hasn't anybody made movies like this today?
Then we get Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
I guess that's.
No, it's not Percy. No, it's Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
Yeah, Lightning.
Get it right. Get it right. Get the title right.
Well, thanks again.
Yes,
well,
thank you very much.
we're on your channel now.
Yeah.
This is your channel, so
Yeah.
you kind of need to be thanking us to be on your show.
Well, guys, thank you for coming on your show on my channel. It was really just nice of me to have you guys on, my
So we should be thanking
channel.
you.
Yeah,
We
well,
thank you.
for having us.
I mean, you guys have the viewership. I have the credibility. You know, it's a marriage made in heaven.
We lack all credibility.
Yeah.
So
We have no
It is
credibility.
actually. I mean, that's the perfect chemistry right there. Viewers plus credibility equals this new team up right now.